Picture files on slow J. So guys, now please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. I'm audible, guys. Now please respond to me. Please type in questions box. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Type in questions box, guys. Please respond to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Everybody, please respond to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Okay. Right, sir. Right, sir. So if you are any of you are new today, please take this link. Just at least image you can take now. So in this link only, I'm going to provide classroom notes. If any of you are new to in today's session, so try to take this link. Okay. All right. So in the last session, so what we completed there, just we understand what is Java, what is full stack Java. Now inside the full stack Java, so what content is available, what exactly the content syllabus here we are going to cover inside the full stack Java, the description here I've given. Now if you see that full stack Java content here, what you are having, first one is core Java, advanced Java, Hibernate, Spring, Spring Boot, microservices. Of course, Maven is an internal tool. I'm going to cover right from advanced Java. Aragil, UI technologies, Angular or React.js. These are the various technologies here we are going to have about this. Understand it clearly. After this, core Java, if we understand this core Java syllabus, what exactly the syllabus is available in core Java, that everything here I explained, at least one statement I explained about that each and every topic of this core Java. Introduction part, steps to prepare first Java program, language fundamentals, hooks, wrapper classes, inner classes, packages, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Up to like what there, Java 24 version. Okay, up to Java 24 version, new features. Up to that here we are going to understand. So this is what exactly the syllabus here are given. Okay. All right, sir. Now today here we are going to understand that introduction part here. We are going to start it. Introduction. Okay, introduction topic here we are going to understand. Now observe carefully. Even this title also here I am going to change here. This is about like what their introduction here now. So when we open that link, there we are able to see directly this introduction link directly. Okay, fine. Now inside this introduction part here, what topics here I'm going to discuss with you now. If I take this, first one is differences between Java and other programming languages. Others. Here mainly I'm going to put focus on what there C and C++. Others are what there C and C++. All right. Next one is after this we are going to understand Java features. The next one is what there Java features. After this Java features, Java naming conventions. Java naming conventions. After understanding these Java naming conventions, you are going to understand Java programming format. Java programming format. Only these are the four topics here we are going to understand inside this introduction part. Once you are getting clarity on these four topics, no, then we will start how to prepare first Java program. How to prepare programs. To prepare programs, what steps here we are going to understand. That's the second unit that we are going to start now. Okay. Right. So now let's move on to the first topic here. Differences between Java and others. Differences between Java and others. And others here, what I am telling here, C and C++. Clear. The very first difference, the very first difference here I am going to provide to you is, observe carefully, C and C++, C and C++ programming languages are static programming languages. C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. Java is a dynamic programming language. Now observe carefully, C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. That is a title here, that is a point here we have to understand clearly. Okay, this is, and the differences between Java and others, no, this is the first difference here we are going to understand. Right, sir. If you want to, I think you're all busy with running notes, right? Don't take running notes now. I'll share this document with you anyway. Okay, as this everything, even more than you, I'll write the notes perfectly, diagrams and everything I'll provide you. Just close your books, but books are required. In some situations, I will do some programmatic code exercises. I will do there. I require books, no. But apart from that, just see the screen and enjoy the content. That's it. Close your books. Blindly close your books. No need to write anything. Not required. Why? Because I'm going to explain something there, but you are busy with your running notes. I'll stop that explanation. Okay, just understand the content, not more than that. Oh, right, sir. Now let's move to the point here. What is the title? Now tell me, what is the title here we are taking now? C and C++ are what? Static programming languages, but Java is what? A dynamic programming language. Before going to understand, please, before going to understand C, C++, Java, static or dynamic, before this discussion, first of all, what is static programming language? What is dynamic programming language? Which programming languages are treated as static programming languages? Which programming languages are treated as dynamic programming languages? This I need to understand first. After understanding that what is static programming language, what is dynamic programming language, after understanding that, there we will go with what there we are going to understand how C and C++ are static programming languages, how Java is dynamic programming language. That topic here we are going to understand. Yes, sir? All of you are getting clarity on this point, no? Are getting clarity on this point, no? So when a programming language is a static programming language, when a programming language is a dynamic programming language, that here we have to understand. Then only we are able to get much clarity. Right, sir. Now observe carefully. Right, sir. Now observe carefully what I am going to provide then. Right, sir. Okay. And one more point, those who are attending in online, I will share that link at the end of the session, guys. Now try to attend for it. Don't worry. Okay, at the end of the session, I will share that link with you. Don't worry. Yeah, it's okay, fine. Now let's move on to the point here. First of all, I'll give some basics, fundamental concepts. No, try to understand it clearly. Feel comfortable. Nothing is new. Everything is already aware in our academics, no. But I want to shape up that content immediately, no. Okay, understand it. For example, for example, I prepare a C program. What program? C program. If it is a C program, what should be the extension of that file? What should be the extension of that C file? For example, A is my program name. I want to save it as a C program. What I have to do? A dot C. That's it. Nothing. A dot C. If it is C++, what we are going to do? A dot CPP. If it is a Python, what we are going to do? A dot py. Py. A dot py. Understand it now? Or else maybe if it is a Java, A dot Java. They are the file extensions. Okay. Now I prepared C program. Say for example, dot C. I given that. Okay. Dot C. I given that. Clear. Simple question. Everybody easily we can understand it. No. What is my next question here? Why we write this program? We have written some program in the sense definitely some reason is available, right? Why we have write this program? What is the requirement to write this program? Definitely some functionality I am thinking, no, that functionality I want to achieve through this program. So means that when we are able to get this functionality, when we are able to get this functionality, when we execute this program, then we are able to get its functionality. Am I right or not? After writing the program, we have to execute that program or not? To achieve our requirements, we have to execute that program or not? No, definitely here we have to execute that program. Okay, but who will execute that program then? Now tell me. Come on, you have to answer for my question here. Who will execute that program? To execute that program, definitely one mission is required or not? Come on, guys. One mission is required or not? To execute that program, one mission, one person is required or not? Okay, to execute program. Now here I am telling to you the mission which is required to execute our C program. I want to call it as what there? C engine. What is it? C engine. Everybody has to understand it. What is this? What is this content here? C engine. Clear? Okay. Now when C engine executes this program, automatically here we are able to get like what there? Some outputs here we are able to get, some results here we are able to get. When program is executed, automatically some results, some outputs here we are able to get. But when it is a case, no, when it is a case here, when we submit the C program to the C engine, now C engine has to execute this program. After executing that program, we are able to get some results. Because of this output, because of results only, we have written this program. Am I right or not? Got clarity up to now? Are you getting clarity? Are you getting clarity up to now? Clear information? I have written C program. I am going to execute it by using C engine. Then I am able to get some output. Clear? But I have a small question here. Before that question, let me give some information. Observe carefully, all of you know. Who has written this program, sir? Come on. Who has written this program? Developer or mission? Programmer or any mission? Programmer is able to write the programs are written by programmer only, not by any other person can. So we are the programmer, developer, right? Okay. How developers are able to write the program? How developers are able to write the program? Come on. How developers are able to write the program in a sense in their understandable language or not? Developers are able to write the program in their understandable language or not? C programming language is a developer understandable language. C++ programming language is a developer understandable language. Java programming language is a developer understandable language. Am I right or not? Collectively, all these programming languages which are understandable by the developer are called high level languages. These languages are what they're high level languages. C programming language maybe, CPP maybe, Java maybe, Python maybe, all are developer understandable languages only. They are called what they're high level languages. So developer can write the program in a high level programming languages, high level languages. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on this? Developers are able to write the programs by using high level languages. Tell me the examples for high level languages. No. Tell me the examples for high level languages. No. C, C++, Java, Python, all these are what they're high level languages. Nice. After this, C engine is available, right? Now tell me, what is this C engine? Is a machine or developer? C engine is a machine or programmer? Definitely a machine, not programmer. Definitely is a machine, not programmer. Am I right or not? Okay. What language it is able to understand? What language it is able to understand? Right. If you think about it, that C engine is not understanding high level language. C engine is able to understand only low level language. C engine is a mission basically. Mission can understand only what language? No, low level language. Tell me the examples of these low level languages. No, mission language, binary languages, mission languages, zeros and ones mix. Am I right or not? All of you get my point now? Example, for the sake of you, I'm giving some example. Now try to understand it clearly. How high level language is representing now int I is equal to 10 I given, or maybe int I is equal to 50 I given. Clear? This is what representation actually high level representation. The same thing in low level, if you want to represent it now, it should be like this only. The same thing if you want to represent in low level, in this way only it is available. Are you getting clarity? What is high level language? What is low level language? High level language is user friendly language. Low level language is what there? Mission friendly language. Mission can understand low level language only. High level language is understandable to the developers only. Developers can understand only high level language. Okay. Now understand the point here. Right, sir. Now, guys, then those who are attending in online, if you have any questions now, try to write your question on the questions box. Immediately I can give response now. Questions box is available there. We can paste your question now. Continuously I'm watching your questions, then I'm able to give response to you. Okay, right, sir. Now let's move on to the point here. So for example, my question is what there? If I provide high level language code to the C engine, is it possible for C engine to execute that high level language code? Come on guys, you have to answer for me. Is it possible to execute the high level language code by C engine? Is that C engine is able to execute that high level code? Why? Because C engine is able to understand what? Low level. It requires the code in the form of only zeros and ones only. It doesn't require the code in the form of what there? Int I is equal to 50. High level language code is not possible to execute by the C engine, but C engine is required only what code here? Low level language code. But if I provide this high level code to the C engine, it is unable to execute that code. It is unable to execute the code. So what we have to do? So what we have to do in this scenario? Alright, sir. But I want to execute my code. I want to run my program. But program I have written in high level language. C engine is required the program in what there? Low level language. So I want to execute my program here. Here some mismatch. The content mismatch is available. So I want to execute my program. What solution here I am going to take? What alternative I am going to take? What possibilities are available for me to execute my code? Two options are available. Option number one. We have to redesign the C engine to understand high level code. Not possible. C programming language was provided by some third party. The third party may not listen our voice. Even if I send a mail to C provider, why don't you provide C engine to understand directly high level code? No, but they will not listen for us. Why? Because they had their own structure. Leave it now. Second option I'm telling there. What is that second option here? Instead of sending a request to the C provider, why don't we think about the translators? Why don't we think about the converters? Translators, converters, to convert the code from high level to low level. Yes, sir, I'll forget my point or not? Why don't we think about it? Is there any chance of getting converters to convert the code from high level to low level? Yes, sir, got it or not? Yes, if you check for it now, definitely the programming languages, the programming language providers might be provided that required converters already. That converters are available. Other converters are already provided by the C programming language provider. How the converters are available? Now observe carefully. Now here I'm going to take a converter. Now I'm going to take what there? A converter. This is my converter. So this is my converter, or maybe I may call it as what there, translator, converter or translator, all are same here in this particular situation. Later on I will remove this name, I will give some another name here. Converter here I am going to take now. Then what this converter will do there, if we give that high level code to this converter or translator, it translates that high level code to low level code, and it will provide that low level code in the form of a separate file. It will provide the converted low level code in the form of like what there, a separate file. Now I'm going to take this file also separately. Now this is exactly the separate file was provided by, code was provided by this translator. Now this file is available with the extension like what there, .exe. What is that extension here? .exe. Understand it clearly? This .exe contains what there, low level code only. .exe contains what there, low level code only. It is not having high level code, directly executable code. Exe means that executable code. .exe means what there, executable code. Now if we are getting this is purely what there, low level code. This code is like what there, low level code. Am I right or not? This code is like what there, low level code. Whenever we are getting this is low level code, low level language representation, then directly if we give this low level language representation to the C engine, if we provide this low level code to the C engine, automatically C engine will execute it. Automatically C engine is able to provide some output for us. Sir, got my point or not? Now tell me, I'm asking one question to you, now try to answer for it. Here translator we have taken in the middle. What is the job of the translator? Now tell me. What is the job of the translator? Now tell me, all of you know. What is the job of the translator here? It will convert the code from high level language representation to low level language representation. Why this conversion is required? Why this conversion here we are performing there all of a sudden? Why? Because my C engine is able to understand what language? No, low level language. My C engine is able to understand what language? No, low level language. So but developer can write the program in what language? No, high level language. If I give high level language code to my C engine, no, C engine is unable to execute that program. So because of that reason, I performed some conversion from high level representation to low level representation. To perform that conversion, here I have used one translator. I have used what there? One translator. I'm giving clarity and observe carefully. Here the translator what we have used to convert the code from high level language to low level language. This translator, this translation or a translator translation. This process is called as like what there? This process is called as what there? Compilation. This process is called as what there? Compilation. Yes, all of you are getting clarity on this, no? Now tell me, what is the purpose of the compilation? What is the purpose of the compilation? To translate the code from high level language to low level language in order to provide the comfortable code for the C engine to execute. In order to provide that understandable code to the C engine. That's the primary responsibility of the compilation. Most of the people are thinking about it. Compilation is for error checking. Compilation is for what there? Error checking. No, that is not the main reason. The main reason is what there? Translating from high level code to low level code. This is the purpose of the compilation. Understand it? How much base onwards I'm starting my content now. This I'm giving up to know the discussion what I have given there. Only what is the purpose of the compilation? That's it. I have not discussed any other thing now. Just only I discussed about what is the purpose of compilation. Understand it? No? These basics are required here. Minimal information. Alright, sir. Compilation. When we provide this compilation, automatically what files here we are able to get, sir? Now tell me. When we compile this code, what file here we are getting? No, .exe file. The .exe file contains what code here? Low level code, mission code, executable code, directly executable code. Alright. If we provide this directly executable code to the execution, what is the another process here? No, execution. If we provide this, automatically output here we are able to get. One more point I'm telling there. Compilation purpose is translating the code from high level to low level. That we understand. Not only that, compilation is the process of checking our errors. Compilation is responsible for checking developers' mistakes also. One more point I'm asking there. Now tell me, Who has written the C program? Who has written that C program? Developer, programmer. Who is this developer actually? Is a human being or any robot? Definitely human being, right? The programmer is what there? Human being. Am I right or not? What is the fundamental right for human being? You have to answer for it. What is the fundamental right for human being? Taking food and sleeping, no? Not only that. What is another fundamental responsibility of the human being? No, just committing the mistakes. So without having mistakes, nobody is existed in the world. Definitely, everybody must have their own mistakes. Understand it? What I am telling them. So the fundamental right for human being is what they're committing the mistakes. Okay, having mistakes is not at all crime. Having mistakes is not at all crime. But what is a crime now? Before going to execute the program, without checking the program whether it contains errors or not, if you are trying to execute the program, then that's the biggest crime. Without checking the errors, if you're trying to execute the program, that's the biggest crime. But having mistakes is not the crime. So what I'm telling to you, before going to execute our program, as developer has written the program, one human being has written the program, so you should check that errors are available or not in that program before going to execute the program. To check errors are available or not in our program before executing that program, again we have to go for what their compilation. Again we have to go for what their compilation. Finally, I'm asking one question to you. What exactly the purpose of the compilation in our programming languages? There are two responsibilities. What are the two responsibilities here for compilation? First one, very first one is what there, we can understand it now. Translating code from high level language to representations to low level language representation. Point number one, translating the code from high level representation to low level representation. Number two is what there? Error checking. What is it? Number two, no? Error checking. This is another responsibility here we have to understand about, like what there? Compilation. As clear? Up to now, all of you are getting clarity on this point, no? Can I move forward? Can I go for next point here? Still my fundamental concept is not completed. Now understand my next point now. First of all, tell me for what purpose I am discussing all these concepts now, all these points here. What is the title? Differences between Java and others. In the differences, what is the first difference I started now? C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is what? Dynamic program. To prove that point, to specify that point, I started from this point. So just I completed what is compilation. Okay, clear. Now let's understand it now. One more simple question, all of you observe carefully. For example, int a is equal to 10 I provided, sir. This is my code. Okay. If I want to execute this, what is going on internally? If I execute this code, what is going on internally? Execution or compilation, whatever it may be. If I do process over this intersection, what is going to be happen internally? Now tell me. What is going to be happen there internally? First, a is a variable. For the a variable, memory will be allocated or not? Come on, guys. For the variable, memory will be allocated or not? How much memory will be allocated? No, depends on programming language. If it is a C and a C++, no, 2 bytes of memory. If it is Java, no, 4 bytes of memory. If it is a Python, no, some other memory. Depends on programming language only, memory will be allocated. Am I right or not? Okay. Inside this memory, what is the value we provided? No, 10 is a value here we are going to be provided. So finally now tell me what I am telling there. If we declare any variable in programming languages, for that variable some memory must be allocated. Memory must be allocated. Is this point is okay for you? Definitely that memory must be allocated or not? Definitely memory must be allocated for the variables inside the memories, inside the main memory. That is mandatory. Otherwise, without allocating memory, we are unable to store 10 is a value. Without storing 10 is a value, we are unable to perform operations over the 10 value. Clear? But remember carefully. Remember carefully. If the memory is allocated for the variable by the compiler at compilation time, come on, what I'm telling to you, if the memory is allocated for the variables by the compiler at a compilation time, then that memory allocation is called static memory allocation. Come on guys, what is the static memory allocation? Now tell me. If the memory is allocated for the variables by the compiler at the compilation time, this is compilation time or not? At a compilation time, then that memory allocation is called what there? Static memory allocation. Static memory allocation. Nice. Similarly, if the memory is allocated for the variables by the execution engine at runtime, at execution time, this is called as what time here? Runtime, execution time, dynamic time. This is static time, this is dynamic time. If the memory is allocated by the C engine, for example, if it is C programming language, or if it is a Java at runtime, and if it is C++, C++ engine. So if the memory is allocated by the execution engine at the runtime of the application, not by the compiler at compilation time, by the execution engine at the runtime of the application, then that memory allocation is called as like what the dynamic memory allocation. Come on guys, that memory allocation is what there? Dynamic memory allocation. Now, can you tell me please what is static memory allocation? Come on, simple words. Memory is allocated at what time? No, compilation time. Memory is allocated compilation time. Then that memory allocation is what there? Static memory allocation. What is dynamic memory allocation? Memory is allocated at what time? No, runtime. Memory is allocated at what time? Here, runtime. Then that memory allocation is what there? Dynamic memory allocation. All of you are getting clarity or not? Almost all I'm coming close. No, now observe carefully. What is this difference today? What is the difference here? We are understanding now. Tell me, what is this actually? C and C++ are what? Static programming languages. But Java is what? Dynamic programming language. Now my conclusion is what there? If any programming language is following static memory allocation. What is it? If any programming language is following static memory allocation, then the programming language is what? Static programming languages. If any programming language is following static memory allocation, that is memory allocation is going on at compilation time by the compiler, then the programming language is what there? Static programming languages. Static programming languages. What are the examples for the static programming language? No, first of all tell me, in a C programming language, when the memory allocation is going on at a compilation time or at runtime? No, compilation time only. In C programming language, memory allocation is going in at what time? Compilation time only. C and C++ both. That's the reason why C and C++ are what there? Static programming languages. Similarly, now tell me, what is dynamic programming language? What is dynamic programming language? If any programming language is following dynamic memory allocation. If any programming language is following dynamic memory allocation, then that programming language is called what there? Dynamic programming language. If any programming language is following dynamic memory allocation, then that programming language is called as what there? Dynamic programming language. Nice. Now, what are the examples for these dynamic programming languages? No, Java, Python, .NET, and so on. All these things are like what there? Dynamic programming languages only. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity on this, no? Now, finally, now this is my diagram here. I completed this diagrammatic representation. At the same time, I completed my required fundamentals and I completed the first difference between Java and others. This is a diagram here I have given. Now, just I want to give one statement here. Now, here we have to understand it clearly. C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. Why? The point here I am telling there. Now, observe carefully. C and C++ are the static programming languages. Static programming languages. Why? Because the C and C++ programming languages are following static memory allocation. C and C++ programming languages are following what memory allocation? No, static memory allocation. That is what is the meaning of the static memory allocation? That is the memory allocation. The memory allocation is performed by the compilers at the compilation time. That's the memory allocation is performed by the compilers at the compilation time. That's it. That very clear information here I'm giving you. Whatever the discussion up to now I discussed here, everything I put inside the statement. Clear. Next one is Java is a dynamic programming language. Java is a dynamic programming language. Now tell me why? Because the Java programming language is following the dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation is following the dynamic memory allocation. So what's the meaning of it now? That is the memory allocation is performed by the execution engines. In the case of C engine. In the case of C++, C++ engine. In the case of Python, Python virtual machine. In the case of Java, Java virtual machine. These are all execution engines. Right, sir? Then the memory allocation is performed by the execution engines at a runtime of the application. At a runtime of the application. So because of this reason here we can conclude that Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Final clear? All of you are getting clarity on this point now? C and C++ are static and Java is a dynamic programming language. All of you are getting clarity on this point or not? Can I go for next difference now? That is taking input values, but declaration at what time it is going on? At compilation time only. In type, who will recognize it? No, compiler. For I, you can provide values maybe at compilation time or at runtime, that doesn't matter. But you declare that variable in C program. Who is recognizing the declaration? No, compiler. Compiler will allocate memory for it. Even if you provide, if you're not providing any value with the default value, the memory is going to be allocated. At runtime only, everything is going in at runtime, not at compilation time. You can take dynamic input in Java also at runtime. Exactly. In Java, even though we declare variable without providing any value, see, one point I'm giving clarity. In C++, what is going on? If we declare the variables like what there, even if we declare the variables like int I semicolon or int I is equal to 10, whatever it may be, what is going to be happen there? Compiler will recognize the variables, compiler will provide memory allocation. Int 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. If you provide value, that value will be stored. If you have not provided value, default value will be stored. 0 or maybe garbage values or whatever it may be. But that could be done by compiler in the case of C and C++. If it is Java program, compiler will check the syntax on. It will not allocate memory. Compiler doesn't have any memory allocation capability in the case of Java. But who will allocate the memory at runtime? JVM will allocate the memory. That's the difference. Okay. Right, sir. Now, so JavaScript is static or dynamic now. Right, sir. How can we say that Java allocates memory at runtime now? Yeah, so many reasons are available. I think so. This is not the right time to talk about this point here, but still you're asking the question now. That's why I'm giving answer for it now. In Java, when the memory is going to be allocated in general, when object is created for any class. When objects are creating in Java at runtime only, not at compilation time. Understand it now? So the memory allocations and everything is going in at runtime only. Objects creation time only, memory will be allocated for the data in Java. So it's very simple. In Java, objects are creating at runtime only. So Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. That's simple. Okay? Right, sir. JavaScript static or dynamic? Yeah, still I have to check it, guys. That is not in my boundary actually. That we have to ask your UI technology, what I'm telling there, UI technology faculty. Maybe JavaScript is static or dynamic now. I think so in JavaScript maybe. Then is there any compilation process separately? Parsing mechanism might be existed, I think so. Apart from this parsing mechanism, what is going to be happen there? Next one is what there? Interpretation. Interpretation in the sense like what there? Parsers are executing. I think so it may be runtime, maybe. I'm not sure about, but at runtime. How can we say that C allocates memory at compilation time only? Yeah, the same point here I'm telling there. That's the basic nature of the compilation, basic nature of the C programming language. In C programming language, memory allocation is a standard point. Memory allocation could be done by compiler. In C programming language, memory allocation could be performed by compiler. Why? Because In C programming language, that memory allocation style is different. In Java, that memory allocation is different. So then what specific reason can I'm able to know? Then compiler will do that. Compiler is having that capability. Okay, right. Now let's move on to the next point here. Apart from this, the next one is like what there? Number two, difference number two here. Preprocessor. Preprocessor exists in a C and C++, but preprocessor does not exist in Java. Does not exist in Java. Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. Then better to specify that point here. Exists in C and C++, but preprocessor does not exist in Java. That's now let us check this difference here now. So before going to understand preprocessor is existed or not existed in C, C++ and Java, before that, first of all, what is preprocessor? First of all, what is preprocessor? What is its job? Where it is available in programming languages? That points here we have to understand. Once after understanding these points, then we will think about it. Why preprocessor is required in C and C++ and why preprocessor is not required in Java? That points here we are going to understand. Right. Now I'll show one simple diagram here. Now observe carefully. Yeah, this diagram already we completed. The next one is, all of you observe carefully. See, as usual now here I'm going to prepare a C program, a simple C program here I'm going to prepare. C program with the dot C. So when C program is prepared now, then what next one here we have to do? When we prepare the C program we are able to prepare in what representation, what language representation, high level representation. But mission required when what language, no, low level language. Am I right or not? We are able to write the program in what language, no, high level. We are able to that means the program must be executed by the execution engine in what language, no, low level language. So we need to translate the program from high level to low level or not? To translate the program from high level to low level, what is required now? Tell me. Come on. To translate the program from high level representation to low level representation, what is required? Compilation is required. Compilation is required. So here we have to perform compilation. When we perform compilation, then automatically here what here we are able to get there after performing compilation, then definitely here we are able to get one type of file. Come on, sir. What type of file here we are able to get there? Now tell me. .exe file here we are able to get. When we perform compilation here, we are able to get what there? .exe file. Right, nice. .exe file. When .exe file you are getting there, then after that, here what we have to perform there? We have to execute the program or not? Come on, we have to execute the program. So here we need to perform like what there? Execution. What next one here we have to perform there? Execution. Right, sir. When we perform this execution, now what next one here? Now here we are able to get like what there? Some outputs here we are able to get. When we perform execution there, we are able to get some what there? Some outputs or results. For the sake of these results only here, we are able to execute the program. Right. Up to now, everything is clear, right? All of you are getting clarity up to now, what I have done? In the last session, the last point, what exactly the points I have given there, the same thing I provide in the form of a diagram. Previously, I given the diagram in horizontal. Now I have taken the program in diagram in vertical. Nothing, not more than that. Okay, clear. Now, all of you, please respond to me. Compilation, if we take now, it is not like a single mission work. Compilation is not with a single mission work. Observe carefully. Compilation is the combination of four missions. Compilation, the combination of how many missions? No, four missions. What are the four missions work here? We are able to get from this compilation. First one is preprocessor. What is the first machine? Preprocessor. Next one is what there? Compiler. The next one is what there? Assembler. The next one is what there? Loader, link, editor. Both are same. So these four missions work is nothing but what their compilation. These four missions effort is a compilation. Think about it. Compilation is not the work from compiler. Compiler is one of the part of the compilation. Compilation is a common work from what their four missions. Right, sir. What are these four missions actually? First one is what their preprocessor. Next one is what their compiler. After this assembler. Then after this loader, link, editor. These four missions common work, combined work is nothing but what their compilation. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity on this? These are fundamentals. Regularly in programming languages, we are understanding what is the purpose of compilation, for what purpose you are using compilation, for what purpose you are using execution. These words we are going to understand there. But exactly what is the requirement of the compilation, you are not aware previously. But the main intention of the compilation is what they translate in the program from high level to low level. That's the main point. But everybody they're thinking is what they're error checking. Error checking is the main purpose of compilation. No, error checking is the second option. Understand my point clearly? Right, sir. So anyway, then compilation in the sense what there previously we thought of it is only compiler. No, compilation is coming from what there four missions. What are the four missions? You know, preprocessor. Next one is what there compiler. Next one is what there assembler. Then what next one? You know, loader, link, editor. Right, sir. Now I think you understand why I'm giving this structure. Now my required answer is already available here inside the diagram. Just I'm giving clarity what is the location of the preprocessor. Now at present what is our point actually? Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. Before that, what I am telling now, what is preprocessor, where it is available, what is its roles and responsibilities in programming languages, that information I am talking with you now. Okay, right, sir. Anyway, then preprocessor location is what, sir? Now tell me, preprocessor is one of the phase in what? Compilation. Preprocessor is a phase in what? Compilation. Am I right or not? Okay, now let's understand it clearly. So anyway, discussion is available here. That's the reason why I want to extend this diagram of this compiler also. Compiler internal structure also I want to provide. In the future, I require this compiler internal structure now. Not immediately. In the future, I require it. That's the reason why I'm going to provide compiler internal structure also. Understand it now. But my required point is what there? What is the location of the preprocessor? Preprocessor is a part of the compilation. That's it. But for future purpose, I'm going to extend this diagram to the internals of the compiler. Then inside the compiler, what we are having actually? Inside the compiler, again we are having some phases. What phases are available? Now observe carefully, the very first one is like what there? What is this first one here? Lexical analysis. This is one phase. Next one is syntax analysis phase. Of course, lexical analysis could be done by lexical analyzer. Syntax analysis could be done by syntax analyzer. Next one is semantic analysis phase. This could be done by semantic analyzer. Separate missions are available. Then after this, intermediate code generator. Intermediate code generation or maybe intermediate code generator. Next one is code optimization. Code optimizer. Next one is code optimization. Next one is code generator, code generation phase, code generator. These are all the 6 phases what we are having inside the compiler. Inside the compiler, if you open the compiler, what we are able to see, these many phases here we are able to see. Right, sir. Now all of you observe carefully. What is this first one here? Lexical analysis. Next one is what there? Syntax analysis, semantic analysis, intermediate code generation, code optimization. Then after this, code generation. All these phases are going to be performed one after another. One after another. After compilation of the lexical analysis, syntax analysis will start. After completion of the syntax analysis, semantic analysis will start. After completion of the semantic analysis, intermediate code generation. After that, code optimization. After that, code generation. This code generator phase will generate that low level code directly. Code generation phase will generate what there? Low level code here. Understand it now? Alright, sir. Now this is exactly the meaning of like what there? Compilation. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity in this one. This is like what their diagram here we have to understand. Okay. Now let me take even this diagram also. Then before that, once again here I'm telling there what is my record point here. What is the location of the preprocessor? Now tell me what is the location of the preprocessor? No. Location of the preprocessor is what there? Part of the compilation. First phase of the compilation. First phase inside the compilation. That is the preprocessor content here. Okay, good. Now observe carefully. This is completed. This is like what their preprocessor. Okay, location okay. But now I want to understand. Now I want to understand what is the job of the preprocessor. What is the role of the preprocessor? Why this preprocessor is available for us? What is the job of the preprocessor? Now let us understand this point clearly. Now tell me, in a C and C++ programming languages, observe carefully, the complete libraries, every programming language is having its own library. Say for example, printf, scanf, all these are what they're predefined libraries only. What math functions maybe, all these things are what they're predefined libraries only. The complete predefined library was provided in the form of header files. Is it? Am I right? The complete predefined library was provided in the form of like what they're header files. Nice. What are the various examples for these header files now? What you are understanding there? Examples for these header files are like what there? Observe carefully. Now here stdio.h. Am I right? What is this first one here? stdio.h. Next one is what there? conio.h. Next one is what there? After this conio.h. Next one is what there? math.h. Math.h. And so on and so on and so on. So many. These examples I have taken. These are like what their header files. That header files are having predefined libraries. Is that gotten? But what stdio.h contains, what conio.h contains, what math.h, that doesn't matter for us. But libraries are available in the form of like what there. These are header files only, and so on. So many. Not only this here. So many header files are existed inside the C programming language. Okay, good. But how I'm going to use these libraries in my C program? Libraries are available inside these header files, no? But how I'm going to use them inside my C program? If you want to use that predefined libraries inside the C program, first of all, I have to make them available to my C program or not? These header files I have to be get into my C program or not? Understand my point? So, for that purpose, what I am telling there, to use the libraries in the C and C++ programs, we have to include the above header files. We have to include the above header files by using what statement? No, hash include statement. Tell me, sir. Predefined libraries are available in the form of header files. Up to that, it's okay. But how to use them? How we are able to use them inside my Java, inside my C program? How is it possible to get them into my C program? To use that predefined libraries into the C program, first we have to include what files? No, all these header files into our C program. Because of that reason, in our C program, we are going to write type like immediately what there? Hash include stdio.h. Hash include stdio.h. Hash include conio.h. Hash include conio.h. Am I right or not? So here we are going to use it. Next one is what there? Then after this, hash include math.h. Hash include math.h. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on this? No? Header files, that means libraries are available in the form of what there? Header files. If we want to use that libraries in C program, we have to include that header files to C program. To include that header files to C program, what instructions can we have right now? Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, hash include math.h. Like this here we have to write it. Okay. If I write like this, hash include statement in my C program, what is going to be happen when I compile this program? If I compile this program, what exactly the work is going to be happen? Now I'll give clarity and observe carefully. All of you understand it now? Everybody put more concentration. If I write these instructions inside the C program, and if we compile the C program, inside the compiler, what phases are available, what missions are available? Preprocessor, compiler, assembler, loader or linker. If I take preprocessor, what preprocessor will do? If I compile the program, preprocessor is the first phase. It has to do some work. What that work could be done by this preprocessor? What is the work could be done by preprocessor? Now understand this point here. First, a preprocessor will recognize all these hash include statements. Preprocessor will recognize all these hash include statements. Yes, am I right? After that, preprocessor will take the provided header files names. Preprocessor will take the provided header files names. Clear? Then preprocessor will go inside the C software. Already we have installed C software in our systems. After taking these header files names, now preprocessor will go inside the C software where preprocessor will check whether these header files are available or not. Preprocessor will check whether these header files are existed or not inside the C software. If these header files are not existed inside the C software, then preprocessor will give the error message to the user, programmer. In the compilation, some errors here we are able to get now. This header file is not available. You provided wrong header file name. Something else, some error message it is able to provide if the provided header file name is not available in C software. For example, I provided right header files names only. If they are available, if these header files are available inside the C software, if these header files are existed inside the C software, what preprocessor will do now? Preprocessor will take the data files. Preprocessor will load the header files content to the memory, main memory. Preprocessor will load the header files content to the main memory. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on this one? First of all, what preprocessor will do? Preprocessor will recognize hash include statements. Preprocessor will recognize the header files names what we provided. Preprocessor will fetch for them inside the C software. If they are not available, provide an error message. If they are available, load the header files content to the memory. This entire thing is going in at what time, sir? Now tell me, at compilation time or at runtime? Preprocessor is a part of what? Compilation. Preprocessor is a part of what? Compilation. So this total work would be done by preprocessor as part of what there? Compilation. Now tell me, in C and C++, the complete predefined library is loaded. The complete predefined library is loading at what time, can know? At compilation time or not? Come on. Preprocessor is loading that predefined libraries to the memory at what time now? Compilation time. Because of this reason, this type of loading is called static loading. This type of loading is called what there? Static loading. What type of loading? No? Static loading. Now tell me, C and C++ is following static loading or not? Static memory allocation is different. Now static loading is different. Libraries are loaded at compilation time. This is what they are? Static loading. Yes, clear? All of you are getting clarity up to now? Right. Now let me write some points here. I will give conclusion. After that, I will give conclusion here. Now what is the point here I'm telling there? Now observe carefully. If we compile the C program, C and C++ programs, whatever it may be, if we compile the C program, then the preprocessor will perform the following actions. What action that preprocessor is able to perform there? Now point number one, preprocessor will recognize all the hash include statements. Next one is what there? Preprocessor will take all the header files names, header files names, header files names from the hash include statements. Then after completion of this, what next one you know? Preprocessor will search the provided header files names. Preprocessor will search the provided header files names in the C software. Then what next one here? If the provided header files, if the provided header files are not existed, then the preprocessor will raise an error. What error it is, that doesn't matter for us here now. Right, sir? If the provided header files do not exist, then the preprocessor will raise an error. It's okay. If the provided header files exist in the C software, then the preprocessor will load the header files content to the memory. Will load the header files content to the memory. Okay, now here, note I am telling to you, now observe carefully. Okay, here's up. If the provided header files exist in the C software, then the preprocessor will load the header files content to the memory. This type of loading predefined libraries, at a compilation time is called static loading. Is called what there? Static loading. This is exactly the meaning of like what there? Static loading here what we are getting. This is exactly the work of the preprocessor. Okay. Now I am coming for conclusion. Now try to understand it clearly. All of you observe carefully. In C and C++, preprocessor is required. For what purpose? No. For what purpose here? For this total purpose. Preprocessor is required for what purpose? No. Observe carefully. Preprocessor is required to recognize the header files and to load the header files content to the memory. Alright, sir. Now required to recognize the hash include statements. And to load the header files content to the memory. What is required here? No, preprocessor is required. Now think a minute about it. No, in every minimum C program we are going to write hash include statement or not. Minimum of the minimum hash include stdio.h we are going to write it or not. But if you write it, no, who will recognize it and who will load that stdio.h content to the memory? Who will perform this work here? Definitely what there? Preprocessor. Preprocessor will do this particular work. Because of that reason, what is required here? Preprocessor is required inside the C and C++ programming languages. All of you are getting it or not? Now observe carefully. This is about like what the C and C++ here, what we understand. But how it is in Java? How the diagram is going to be existed in Java? Just 2 minutes of time. I'll convert this total diagram into the Java. Observe carefully. Right, sir. Now all of you understand it, no? Point number 1. If you want to take it is a Java program, first of all we have to remove .c. Now tell me, sir, what we have to provide there in place of it, no? .java. If we compile C program, we are able to get .exe file. Am I right or not? But if we execute the program, if we compile the Java program, there we are able to get .class file. Is it? What files can we are able to get? No, .class file. Understand it clearly? Right, sir. It's okay. In the case of Java, what is not available? Preprocessor is not existed. Why preprocessor is not existed? I'll give reasons to you. Now, the remaining part of the diagram is very simple. Okay. Now, let me take this Java diagram again. Observe carefully. All of you know. That's just 5 minutes of time. I'll finish this session. Don't worry. We'll complete it. Let me complete this punch here anyway. Yeah, it's okay. Now the question is what there? In Java, why preprocessor is not required, not existed? I'm going to give some points in order. Observe carefully. In Java, observe carefully, guys. In Java, the complete predefined library was provided in the form of packages, in the form of classes and interfaces inside the packages. Simply speaking, packages. The complete predefined libraries existed in the form of what are their packages. What are the various examples for these packages? No. Observe carefully. Now the examples for packages are what there: java.io, java.util, java.util, java.sql, and so on and so on. So many things are available. All these are like what their packages only. Okay. But how we are able to use these libraries into Java program there? Observe carefully. How we are going to use these libraries into the Java program there? Observe carefully. If you want to use the Java predefined libraries, if you want to use Java predefined libraries, 1 minute. Java predefined libraries in Java programs, we have to include, we have to import the packages by using, we have to import the packages by using what statement here now? We have to import the packages by using the package statement. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity? Libraries are available in the form of packages in Java. But if we want to use the libraries in Java, we have to import the packages by using what statement here now? Import statement, not by using package statement. Import statement here we have to use. Example here I'm telling to you, import java.io.star. Star is what there? All classes and interfaces from java.io package. Next one is import java.util.star. Again the same. In java.util package, all classes and interfaces here I want to get. Import java.sql.star. All classes and interfaces from java.sql package. Okay, in this way here we are able to provide. But observe carefully. If I compile this code, what is going to be happen? Observe, all of you know. Compiler will recognize all import statements. No preprocessor, only compiler. Compiler will recognize all the import statements. Compiler will take the provided packages names. Compiler will go inside the Java software. Compiler will check these packages are existed or not existed. Not existed, compiler will raise an error. If these packages are not existed, compiler will raise an error. If these packages are existed, no, compiler will not load any package content to the memory. In C and C++, preprocessor will load header file content to the memory at compilation time only. But in Java, compiler will check whether the package is available or not available. Not available, raise an error. If it is available, compiler will not load any package content to the memory. Compiler will not raise any error. Compiler will say that the required packages are available in Java software. That's it. But when we execute the program, compilation is completed. When we execute the program, JVM at runtime. Who's that? JVM at runtime. Execution engine will load the required package content to the memory, required classes and interfaces to the memory. That's it. In Java, who is going to load the classes and interface to the memory? JVM. At what time? Runtime. So this type of loading is called as what there? Dynamic loading. In C and C++, what is going on? Static loading. But in Java, what is going on? Dynamic loading. Here we have to understand. All of you are getting it or not? Now let me write some points here. Easily we can understand it now. Observe carefully. When we compile a Java program, the compiler will perform the following actions. What actions this compiler is able to perform there? Now observe carefully. Point number 1, compiler will recognize all the hash include statements and their package names. Compiler will give all the hash include statements and their package names. Okay, compiler will check whether the provided packages are existed or not in the Java software. Okay, next one is if the provided packages do not exist in the Java software, then the compiler will raise an error. If the provided packages exist in the Java software, right sir, if the provided package exists in the Java software, then the compiler will not raise any error. And at the same time, compiler will not load any package content to the memory. Clear cut information. But what is the no type of point here I am telling there? Now observe carefully. Right sir, when we execute the program, when we execute the Java program, JVM will load. Who will load? No, JVM will load the required classes and interfaces from the packages at the runtime of the application. Packages at the runtime of the application. Now tell me, at runtime if you load any predefined library, then the type of loading is called as what there? This type of loading predefined libraries at runtime is called what type of loading, sir? Now tell me. Dynamic loading. This type of loading at runtime is called as what there? Dynamic loading. Clear? All of you are getting clarity in this point, no? So what is static loading and what is dynamic loading? Here we are getting clarity in this point here. Now tell me, finally my actual responsibility. Now final conclusion here I am providing here. Now try to understand this conclusion here. Why preprocessor is not required in Java? The actual point is what there C and C++ require preprocessor, but Java does not require preprocessor. Why is preprocessor is required in C and C++? We understand, to recognize hash include statements in order to load the header files content to the memory. But why it is not required inside the Java? Yes, here we have to understand this point now. All right, sir. Now observe carefully. No, in Java, preprocessor is not required. Why? Because in Java, hash include statements are not available. Hash include statements and header files are not available. Instead, what are available here? Instead, Java has import statements and the classes and interfaces in the form of inside the packages, where hash include statements are available in C and C++, but in Java import statements are available. In C and C++, header files are available. In Java, classes and interface in the form of packages are available. So hash include statements and header files are not available in Java. Because of that reason, what is not required here? Preprocessor is not required. In place of preprocessor, what is available? Compiler and JVM is available to perform what their libraries loading, to perform some other content here. Yes, sir, got it or not? Now finally, now tell me, preprocessor is required where? Preprocessor is required in C and C++. Preprocessor does not required in where? Java. Java doesn't require what their preprocessor. This is the second difference here we have to understand. Mr. All of you are getting clarity or not? So this is the clear cut information here we have to understand. Right, so then today I want to stop this session here. Today I want to finish this session and tomorrow I will continue that. But once again I'm telling there for new members no, then after a few days of time, maybe after a few days of time, I may take the classes in online also. In some situations, I want to take classes in online also. Be ready with that. But when I'm going to take it, I will give clarity also. No need to worry for it. Why? Because I have some plans there. I may move to US for some few days of time, few months of time. Then during the time, it may be possible. So because of that reason here, I may take the class in online. Online classes are mandatory. It's going on. Offline classes in some days I may take in online, some other days I may take in offline. That thing is going to be happen. But prior information I'm able to provide. By that here we are able to attend for the classes now. This is the information here I'm telling you. Okay, right, sir. That's all, guys. That's all for today. Then tomorrow we'll continue. Tomorrow I will go for some other differences there. By that tomorrow we are going to see the remaining part here. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye. Yeah. Yeah, guys, then we can provide your questions there in the questions box. I can explain that. Could you please explain the syllabus and other details? No, yeah, Kumar, just what I'm telling to you. Then syllabus information already given there in the starting point of this content here. Full stack Java information here are given there. Then introduction part in core Java, what topics I'm going to discuss there, all the points are given in the document now. If you access this link, we are able to get it. And more information, if you want to get more details of this, I'll give one number, guys. Now observe carefully. Then admin number of my classes here. I can provide that number to you so that you can talk with this admin person here if you require any other content here. The number here I'm providing to you 73 at 60 95 600. Okay, this number where Hemant is a person, he is available with you. So we can you can talk with him any type of doubt, anything here you require. No, just you can talk with him. Okay, the details are available here. Are able to provide that document, PDF document. He will provide you regarding the syllabus and everything. So depending on your requirement, just you can talk with him. Okay, that's it. And the link I'm going to share in our just 1 minute. Link details I will share here. Classroom link here I'll provide to you. 1 minute. Just 1 minute, sir. And a questions box I will provide you now. Just try to take this. Yeah, tinyurl.com/core7am. That's it. tinyurl.com/core7am. Okay. I paste this link to you now. Try to utilize this. Try to take this. The number I given in the content. No, 1 minute. People are asking even that number also here I'm going to provide. Yeah, both I'm going to provide once again. Take these in the questions box I'm pasting. That's it. 7386095600. This is a number you can talk with him. Any doubt, anything if you require, just he will share with you. Then syllabus and everything. Then videos access maybe recording videos maybe everything he will provide to you. Course duration full stack Java it will take minimum 6 to 7 months of time, sir. Yeah, minimum is a 6 to 7 months of time full stack Java. Yeah, link. Then what link there? Not received. No, just I share it in the questions box. There we can identify. Yeah, we can check this. Anyway, then one time just take that number. Then Hemant is response person. Just send message to him. Then he will share that link and everything to you regarding this everything. Now here I shared this classroom link also. That is classroom notes link also for you. Okay. No, no, not 11 hours at once, sir. Then every day, then 1 hour class minimum is going to happen. 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes like this. I'm able to take the class for you every day. That YouTube live sessions may be possible, may not be possible. Okay, it's not like this. That is different. Okay, right. Thank you, thank you. And offline classes, I'm going to take up to few days of time only, sir. Yeah, from Maharashtra, but within people are less members, very less members are attending, no. But few days of time only, I'm going to take in offline. After that, I will take the classes, entire class in online only. Yeah. Kumar Prem, just you can type the message then. I can check it now. Why? Because the mic option is disabled here actually. Organizers have disabled that mic option. Just you can type the question there. You can ask the questions in questions box, sir. Kumar, just you can type your question there in questions box so that I can give reply. Okay. Anything else, guys? Only in questions box. That may not be possible. Why? Because so many members are attending the session now. It's total in then clumsy mode, right? If it is a case. Yeah, after a few days of time, I may not go for the offline classes, max in online classes only. Yeah. Any doubt session sessions, that's the point I'm telling there. In the any time we can ask the questions there during the class. No, I can give reply. You can text the question. No, I can give explanation in what there in mic. Inside the classroom itself, I'm able to give explanation. Or else after the class, I'm able to give 5 to 10 minutes of time. We can ask the questions. No. Okay. Thank you. Anything else, guys? The class will be 1 hour minimum, 1 hour 15 maximum. Okay. Then if it is in full stack Java, 2 sessions I'm going to take. Monday to Saturday, I will take the classes. Classes will be from Monday to Saturday. Yeah. Monday to Saturday. Full stack Java, I'm going to take initially one session, 1 hour 15 minute session. After that, I will take another session also for Java. Then I'm going to take core Java, advanced Java, Hibernate, Spring Boot, microservices. After that, I will take the classes. No, so Monday to Saturday class are going to be happen. Every class is going to be happen 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes. But initially, I'm going to take only one slot for the full stack Java. Then second slot I will start in the middle of the core Java. Offline classes few days of time, sir. Then I don't know how many days I'm going to take in offline classes, no. But I given that information for all offline students also. After few days of time, I will take in online only my classes. For example, if you want to join for full stack Java in offline classes, no. After few days of time, only my classes will be in offline. Other classes, Oracle maybe, UI maybe, React.js maybe, they'll be in offline class only. If you join with offline, but if you join with online, no, then everything is going to be happening online. So what is second slot? No, you told the second slot I'm going to take in the middle of the core Java. There I will start advanced Java. Parallel in the middle of the core Java, I'll start advanced Java in the second slot. One slot is what there core Java. Second slot I will take in advanced Java in the middle of the core Java. Then 2 slots I'm going to take for full stack. With these 2 slots only, within 6 to 7 months of time, we are able to finish the complete sessions. Second slot timing will be in the next immediately 8:15, 8:15 to next 9. Yeah, yeah, same time, 7 to 9. 7 to 9 or 7 to 9:30. Within that slot only 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 15 minutes like this. I will take the slot now. 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 like this we can talk. Okay. Yeah, both the slots will be in 7 to 9 only. 7 to 9 or 9:30. 7 to 9:30 we can fix it max. Both the slots. Yeah, yeah. Within 7 to 9:30, I will take it. Sure. All right, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And anything else? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Can I have the class on tomorrow? Shall we go for tomorrow? But sir, every class is being recorded, sir. Every class recordings will be provided to you once we register for the course. Every class recordings will be provided. No need to worry for it. Yeah, same link tomorrow. Tomorrow, same link, guys. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Definitely demo classes within 1 or 2 days of time that link is going to be available. Within 1 or 2 days the link is going to be changed. Today is the second demo, then on Friday I have taken the first demo. Maybe tomorrow same link is going to be available. Maybe the next when it is going to be changed, I'll give official information inside the classes now. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. So we'll meet on tomorrow with the same link. Yeah, sure. In the case if link is changed, our admin people will be in touch with you. Our admin people will change will send that link to you. Don't worry.